Hello, everybody. This is JW here. Another great session. Today, we're going to talk about running a live scan fingerprinting business and pretty much what to expect or a person's expectations or what they experience during a live scan session with the clients or perhaps fingerprinting, in-car fingerprinting. And we have a special guest today here. And I want to introduce her. She just recently took a training program. She's excited, and pretty much from day one, she was kicking butt. That's the best way to put it in so many words here. But I'd like to welcome and a big shout out to our special guest, Lenice Brickhouse. How you doing, Lenice?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
Pretty good, pretty good. You feeling nervous yet?
Yes.
We told you to put you guys in the spotlight here, so that's a good thing. We're going to make it work. Pretty much just like a jump straight into it there. Tell us about your first person you had.
My first person, I was nervous, but it went well. You know, I just had to relax my nerves and then relax the customer. So therefore it could be an easy finger roll on the machine. So it went well.
Okay. How long did it take you to fingerprint the first person?
Well, it probably took 25 to 30 minutes because I wanted to make sure that I did a nice roll, that it was accepted. So it went well, though.
Now, was this the person you were fingerprinting when you gave us a call? Or later on?
I want to say that might have been the second person.
Okay.
Because I was so nervous with the first one to make sure, but I was trying to play it cool so it could just go through nicely. But by then I was ready to call you and have you in my ear to look at the second one because I said, I don't know.
Understood there. Why were you nervous?
Just stepping out, stepping out. I had a line of customers. So I just wanted to make sure that I could move at a timely manner, but it just seemed like I was going slower, because I wanted to make sure it was done right.
I'm taking notes right here, right now. I'm always taking notes. Those who know JWs, I'm always learning 24/7. So I'm putting down something, a line of customers. That's impressive.
Yes. My first 2 days, I had a line. So therefore it was just my nerves. It was my nerves and trying to move fast enough and, making it look like a nice roll. So it was just nerves.
Understood. So let's come back real fast before I go too far with some questions here. And please, anything you want to share with the audience, please let them share your experience with them too. You just finished getting a certification through us pretty much just a few days ago, to be honest with you, and you already had customers pretty much waiting at the door.
Yes.
How did you make that happen? How did you get these line of customers? You just got your machine. You just got to activate. You just went through the certification with Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and as soon as you opened up, you had customers waiting for you. How was that? How did you do that?
That came about of me just looking to see who needed the service. So I kind of marketed myself and I kept everyone's information and I kept on telling them within, 60 days, I'll be getting back to you. I'm just letting you know, that I'm here. I'll be able to do this service for you. So I just kind of linked back up saying, I'm ready. I'm good to go. When can I come in? And then next minute, they started connecting me on there. And after the first day, they started putting me on their website, letting them know that is LiveScan offered there. So therefore, I'm mobile. So I'm able to go to them and offer that service on that particular day that I have scheduled for them.
When you were doing your networking to let people know that in 60 or 30 days you'd be opened up for business doing live scans, what were you doing during that time? Wait, hold on for a second. I have to represent this. Appreciate that. I forgot to do a big shout out for the LiveScan.Cafe folks out there to get your cup out there, and this is the Big J cup. I had to do that. I'm sorry, but this is the routine for me for Big J Cup. For those who got Big
Very
J
nice.
Cup, don't hate. But if you got a cup tips up there, and that's just a big shout out and a tip towards that special guest, Miss Denise Brickhouse again. Hold on, I need to get this. Oh, that's nice and warm. Oh man, need the energy going for this morning here. So what were you doing at the same time while you're knocking on doors, networking, letting people know that you'd be ready to do fingerprinting in a very short period of time?
I was sitting in your class. And we were working on the ink cards.
Good.
So as
we
I
had
was
a
sitting
question
in your
about
class,
that too.
I was sitting in the class doing the ink cards, and I was jotting down my notes and still talking to people.
Yep, gotten their notes. That's right. So did you have a website up and running at that time saying, I'm ready to do LiveScan in 60 days?
No.
Did you have some type of business cards to pass out at that time while you're taking the training with this, saying, hey, I'm going to do ink card fingerprinting as soon as possible?
To be honest with you, no.
So if I understand you correctly, you start letting people know about your services just by word of mouth.
Right. I started walking in and I started looking around and seeing how things was operating and what I can do for their company to make it run a little smoother so they could keep everything in-house. So that's what I did. I just started talking.
So you didn't wait for the business cards. You didn't wait for no flyers to spam somebody's parking lot. You didn't wait for your website to be perfect. You didn't wait for no uniform. You just went out there and started letting people know, hey, in 30 to 60 days, I'm going to start doing fingerprinting. And this one I'm doing right now, be ready for it.
Right. That's what I did. I just stepped out on faith.
Did it work?
So far, yes. Yes.
That's good. That is good. I'm happy to hear this here. I really am. You got some fans over here too, giving some shout outs and stuff and saying that's awesome and stuff.
Thank you.
I'm glad to hear this. No, we all support you. So I like to tell folks right now who's listening to the session here, we're going to be focusing on your first few days starting a fingerprint business. It's going to be ink cards or LiveScan. And this session is strictly for this right here, just your experience and what to expect your first few days. You're going to be nervous, like you said, but you did it anyway.
Yes.
And you were doing live scans for your customers, but you were being trained in ink card fingerprinting.
Yes.
Did the ink card fingerprinting program you shared with us help you out?
Yes, it did. It did help me in regards of the rolls, the finger rolls.
Good.
So therefore, once I got to the machine, I knew how to do the roll, and the machine kind of led me the rest of the way.
Good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. I like that. And the question is here, are you in an open state? And folks, before we go too far about this term open state, please understand that's just not a real good definition of doing fingerprinting in your particular state. Some folks refer to open state as, can I do live scan in my particular state? Let me ask that question for everybody right now who's listening to the session here. No matter what state are you in, the answer could be yes or no, no matter what state. You could be in Florida, where some people might call it open state, or you might be able to do live scans for your particular purpose. All live scan means is electronic fingerprinting. That's all it means, is electronic fingerprinting. There are some people that are in Texas, Georgia, and other states where they can't do live scans for their particular state, but they're doing live scans for other agencies. So don't just fall for that fallacy saying, well, you're in a closed state where you can't do live scans. You may not do it for your particular state, but you can do live scans for other agencies that exist out there. So just keep that in mind. And perhaps you don't want to do live scans for other agencies out there. You just want to do it for your particular state. And the state may not allow you to do it because they have one particular state contractor for that state. Ink card fingerprinting. We have a lot of members throughout the country does ink card fingerprinting and make a nice profit margin from that there too. So don't just focus on the word live scan. Live scan all means electronic fingerprint. We got members who say they do live scan, but what they're doing, they scan the fingerprints on a live scan device, but they're printing out the fingerprints on ink cards.
Right.
I had to take that side picture. I'm always have to share information with everybody. I hate to catch off there, but they were asking pretty much, they want to know pretty much where you're located at. What city or state are you located in?
Oh, I'm located in Florida. My office is in Flagler Beach, is on Flagler Beach.
Yep. And here's the contact information here. We ask that you guys don't bombard her with questions and stuff like that. Probably give her a warm welcome or send some business over there. If you're not fingerprinting near her, or if you are, you're not available to fingerprint, share the information, network. So this Brick House Mobile LiveScan, Flagler Beach. The number is 386-400-5705. That's all you really had right here, just basic information right here when you share with your customers or your potential customers.
To be honest with you, I just had a phone number. I didn't have a location. I just had a phone number. That's all I had.
So you were being productive ahead of time to have clients literally waiting at the door when you're ready to open up.
Yes. I was ready
Remember
to
this, folks,
go forward.
if you stay busy, you stay broke. Get productive, get paid. She's
Yes.
getting productive and she's getting paid. I can tell you that. Right?
Yes.
She's getting paid. Now, going back to your very first paying client, you mentioned you were nervous.
Yes.
My question is, how do they pay you?
They paid by card. I have Square.
Okay.
So each client came in with their card, and I only take cards,
Less contact in the way. Makes sense.
Right. Right.
That was
So
good.
everybody was paying through Square, and that's how I set up everything.
So pretty much you're getting clients day one.
Yes.
The next question was, did you keep your first dollar? I guess the question is, you might keep your first receipt in this case here.
Well, I had kept the first receipt, but my goal to myself is right now, because I'm still new and I'm still going through the flow, is everything is going to stay within the business account at this time.
What some people do, they keep their first dollar and they hang in the office someplace. Just like the digital world right now.
And that aspect, yes.
Hang up your first receipt.
Yes, in that aspect.
Yeah, that's a good thing to do, because you remember way back in the day, just say, here's my first receipt versus my first dollar.
Exactly.
Which is pretty good.
I will frame that.
Understood. What else we have over here? I'm just going down here. They mentioned state. What state are you in? We have a person here. This picture looks so familiar, though. I was super nervous, too. We might invite this person on later on. Person looks familiar to one of our shows, too. Yep. And they're saying, thank you for clearing up the question. Hey, what's going on, girlfriend? We got a lot of folks here today just for you. I'm glad to hear that there. Thank you for the information. I'm going to step in for this one right here, because a lot of things go on how much the person charged for fingerprinting. You base your services off the value of your business service, and don't devalue yourself. Don't try to compete with somebody else. Focus on your business model. Now, this was the case right here. I got more information about her because she went to her first client. But her first customer had, so pretty much people you fingerprint at first, did all this come from one referral source?
At this time, yes.
So you had one referral source that gave you a whole bunch of business for more than one customer.
Yes.
And you also mentioned, for those just not getting on here, that this referral source put your information on their website. Yes.
To let them know that I'll be in that area the 2 days out the week that we made the agreement.
I'm digging in here deep, folks. Break out those pens and papers. I'm sure she's going to share some nuggets with you, 2 or 3. So she started doing her homework ahead of time, being productive. She has some good thumbs up from a lot of folks out there where they're allowed to put her information on their website. And she also mentioned right now where she's going to be available on 2 days of the week. Where at? Don't go and specific the name and stuff, but
well, the area that I have the one client that's drawing in the most people at this particular time is in Jacksonville.
Okay, then.
So I go out there twice a week to service those customers.
At a Starbucks, at an office, or?
Oh, I go right into their building, their facility. and I set up.
So they're marketing for you. They bring in your customers, and you're not paying rent. So you're going to pretty much like a mobile service. On certain days of the week, you can just show up and fingerprint them.
Right.
And that's it. So it's pretty much you get your money, you fingerprint, and you kick them out with a smile on your face.
Right.
That's like that. Get that money, fingerprint them, and kick them out the office with a smile on their face. That's the good thing there. That's not
to
too
me,
bad.
It was all about showing them that they could keep everything in-house and what I can do to service them to help them keep it all in-house. So that's how I looked at it.
Okay, then. I like that. This is some good nuggets out there, folks. Some pretty good nuggets. All right, I got some more questions popping up here. Anything you want to share with us right now? We got a whole bunch of folks online here just soaking this all up, getting these nuggets. And anything you want to share with them?
Step out on faith. That was the biggest thing, to be honest with you. And just communicate. I just go in and I'm just me. I just market myself and move forward.
I'm taking notes. So you share some things they might not be picking up, but I am. You mentioned that you took the training program with us, the in-car fingerprinting, and while you're taking the training programs, you were able to start doing other things to start working on your business being productive. Yeah. What's your favorite tool or resource with the customer engagement? In other words, what are you using right now to engage the customer? What's your favorite? What's your resource? What's your nugget? Or what are you doing? What's the number one tool that you can use right now to stay in contact with the customers or to engage the customers? What are you using? What's one thing you're using that you like the best?
Okay, so far, what I'm working with right now is that on the form, I'm making sure that I have their phone numbers and their emails. So therefore,
the intake form.
Yes, on the intake form, I make sure that their phone number and email is there. I make sure on my square as well that I have my information and I capture their information, but thanking them that they for their service. Therefore, then afterwards, and I check to make sure everything went through and everything was fully processed. I just thank them once again for doing business with Brick House, LiveScan.
That's pretty good. I like that. So you have a way of collecting the customer's information and you're using the client's information. Also, you mentioned Square again, and folks might not realize they have Square that has a good database of your customers built in with Square to begin with. And you can actually add the address and the information within your customer list within Square, which is a good tool to have that comes with the service. Pretty good. And you also have intake forms that get the information to begin with. And where'd you get the intake forms from? Where do you get that idea from?
JW.
Okay, I had to get that going.
Yes, I
had to get that going. But it is helpful. It is helpful. Yes. It really has a lot of things with it there. A lot of folks out there who are members of the association and you like the copy intake form, reach out to us to make sure you get a copy of the intake form, both PDF version and also Microsoft Word version.
Yes.
Where you can edit for your liking.
Yes.
Okay, then. How long did it take you to fingerprint your first few clients? How many minutes? You mentioned like 25 to 30 minutes for the first couple of clients.
Yeah, I'm going to say 25 to 30 minutes. I was there all day.
I remember that call too. Now, that was your first 1 or 2 clients. Where are you at right now with the speed?
Now my speed is a little faster. So on day 3, I realized that I didn't have to pick up the phone to call you. I'm not saying I'm not going to, but I didn't have to. And it went through smoothly. And then when I checked it to give me more confidence to make sure that everything was completed, I felt better. So I have more confidence on my role.
Yeah. So if you're new out there, folks, you're going to be a little bit nervous for tons of reasons why. And what she just shared with you, she said by giving us a call. Literally, I was in her ear while she was fingerprinting the first couple of people there because there was so many, it was brand new. We could show you how to teach. We could show you how to drive a car and get you in the car and everything else. But sometimes when you realize there's nobody right there with you, and it's the same thing, you might get kind of apprehensive a little bit.
Right.
You might get the brand new driver's license. All of a sudden, now you can drive a car, but next you look around, you're stuck in LA traffic. It's a whole different vibe. It's stuck in LA traffic with a brand new license. LA drivers don't play around. Don't come here playing. This ain't Texas. This ain't Florida. This is LA traffic. You got a brand new license. You ain't driving the parking lot, okay? You in LA traffic. So that was her experience. She had customers waiting at the door.
Yeah.
She had all the LA traffic back there beeping no horns and stuff. And she was like, I got to get
Right.
That's the LiveScan. JW, you're doing okay. Put me in their ear when she was fingerprinting. It was fun, but I couldn't get off that phone. She would not let me off that phone.
Not until I was finished my last customer.
Yep. So while she was fingerprinting, we were looking at her fingerprints at the same time, giving the thumbs up on all of those. But you just needed reassurance that she knew what she was doing. It was fun. Now it's a whole. Now you can laugh. Not a week later, you can laugh about it pretty much.
I can.
Ain't that fast? All right. Your challenge for right now, starting off in the LiveScan business or the ink card business or fingerprinting business whatsoever, you have a few days up under your belt. What's your biggest challenge you're facing right now? What's on your mind that you had to get done right this very moment?
I'm working on the social media end. I'm making sure that I just fulfill all those other requests, Facebook, Twitter, just going through the whole social media to put myself out there to market more.
So you didn't wait for none of this extra stuff to get started. You went ahead and network. You started to business as soon as possible without waiting for all this extra marketing material. But now, since you're being productive, now you're going back to get these other things done while you're still making money.
Right.
Good. And people realize that you don't have to wait to have everything lined up in order to start making money.
Right.
You do the very first day opening up, you do things the right way. And she's sharing with you, ladies and gentlemen, out there right now, what she did to get that to happen. Now she got some revenue coming in that she can invest in her business more with the marketing and things like that. While she's staying productive, while she's getting paid. I have to keep saying that. I have to put it in that head. Question here, did you partner with the company?
No.
Good.
So I'm all by myself, 100% by myself. I just let them know a service that I can provide. And most of them was open to it. And that's how I just move forward.
Before you got in the picture with these organizations right here, what were they doing with their referrals? Where were they sending them to?
I don't know the name of the company, but they were going somewhere else. They were going somewhere else. Yeah, they were going off-site. And their main goal, this one particular person, their main goal was, how can I have everything in-house? What can I do? And the goal for that particular person, it wasn't so much of what they can get off of me. It was that she could provide that service for her customers across the board. So that's what I was able to offer her.
That was good. So some organizations might have certain trades they're in, doing certain things, but they were trying to also bring in fingerprinting business for themselves also. But sometimes if you're too or focus on something else, you don't want to get sidetracked and try to do everything yourself. So what she's doing also, she's being productive.
Right.
She's outsourcing other services that she recognized her customers need to keep them all in-house, to keep them from going to some other place, which is pretty smart.
Right.
So both of you guys offering a service to the customers, and it's a win-win for everybody.
Right.
Her customer staying with her, she's happy. You got a referral source to people. Now you go to them, offer extra benefit for them. It's a good thing, and there's organizations out there that have different things. It could be something like security guard company, where they train people to fingerprint, when they train people to be security guards, but they're so focused on growing and scaling their business, they didn't have time to try to do fingerprinting at their location too. They didn't have time for that. Their mindset is on scaling their current business. That's their expertise. Right. Some folks are trying, well, I'm doing this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be fill in the blanks. Sometimes it's too much information, sometimes it's a little bit too much. And that person is busy, being broke. You can't do everything at one time. You can't scale a business like that effectively. You have a resource, a team. So the organization you're working with is pretty smart. They stay productive. And that's the good thing. And you find those niches and stay with it.
Yeah.
That's a good thing there. Let's see what else we have up here, pop it up here.
Thank you.
All right. From your recent certification training with us, name one thing you came away with and then put to work immediately. What did you have to say? What did you have to do? What one thing that stands out from our training that you put to work immediately?
I'll be honest with you. The big thing that I think I repeat constantly to each client is to relax. I think that's the biggest thing, because it makes a difference. It makes a big difference. So I repeat that from the very beginning. I learned from you to also just make light of the subject as they're walking in the room to me.
Okay.
And just from the trial and error, just learning small little techniques that actually help me, as you mentioned, because you mentioned to me that there will be techniques that I pick up on my own, and I'm able to move it a little faster. And I realized I could get them in and I could get them out.
Good. That's good to hear. I like that. Customer testimonials. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I've been live 3 days, so I have to get better in the practice of asking for them to go on online to do their more of their testimonials for me online to tell me what they feel. But as they standing next to me, we are laughing, we are joking.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they're getting a good service out of it. No one is walking away with a negative feeling. No money, nothing is returned. Everything is final. So I believe it's positive. It's just me building myself up, getting my social media out there, so therefore they could leave more of a testimonial, how they felt about the service.
Good, good. On your intake form, there's a place for the testimonials there also. I know they put some there already. But folks, remember, she just her third day, actually the 3 days of fingerprinting so far, and she's being productive. Getting paid. So now she's able to recognize now what things she should be doing at the same time, getting paid. Not just shutting down the shop. Okay, I have to do this first and do this first. She would have lost all that revenue. Probably lost the customer too. So what you're doing is the right thing. So stay on track, and make it work.
Yes.
So pretty much saying, if I understand correctly, it's like a 30-day game plan that you're working on right now.
Yes.
Your social media sites, a place where they could go online to leave testimonials and referrals.
Yes.
A host of other things we discussed already. So what other two things can you add just to share with the folks out here to add to your 30-day game plan?
My goal is to start to add on my client list and also start to have them come to my office. I opened up the shared office. So my goal is to start to attract customers that way, because I know that I can be very, vocal and get customers outside. But whoever can't make it those days that I have set with the people, I would like for them to continue to come to me, on the days that I'm in the office.
So you mentioned you had an intake form. Some folks write this down. Once you fingerprint them, even on mobile service, she's collecting that information, which is good because something might go wrong with the fingerprints, or fingerprint might get rejected as a live scan, or something might just pop up. And having the customer's information, you're able to reach out to them directly and let them know what's going on, and also follow back up with them. Because she also mentioned during the session right here that she also will follow up on, I think you mentioned by checking their process, that you're communicating with them, make sure the background check was okay or it's going through.
Yes.
Lost you there. So if you have that information, you could follow up with them as additional service. Say, hey, I just double checked on your background check. It's now completed by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Everything looks good. That's good.
Yes.
We do the same thing. That's good. So you re-engage into your customer, make them feel, that you you're very valuable these services. And they appreciate that. That goes a long way. Because if you don't let them know early on, I promise they're going to call you a month from now saying the background check didn't go through. I didn't get the job. They said they never got it. All these other things they're going to say.
Right.
Might not be really accurate, but by you sharing with them that it's already done, they know it's done. Now, for folks out there who's listening to this session right now, if you like what you're hearing, please join the channel and give us thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section below. What would you like to hear next? If you like videos like this right here, a session like this, let us know. We have a lot more folks waiting to join us down the line. We'd like to hear from you guys. We'd like us to talk about. Please give us thumbs up. Give a shout out again to Miss Lanice Brickhouse there. And let's keep rolling here. But please like us and give some comments below like you're doing now and join the channel because she's going to kick some butt. She is. She's going to kick some butt. What else we have right here? In closing here, who's your favorite instructor?
JW.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, you got that D plus now. See that? You got that D plus.
Yes.
They don't know what it is though, but she got a D plus. She's happy now. See her smiling with D plus grade.
Yes, I am.
You have to take one of our training programs, get the D plus. She earned that one there too. She got a D plus, folks. Hey. Now, before you guys send us comments, why can't she get an A plus? Only one person gets the A plus. That means awesome. That's, you know it, that's me. No, we have a strange grading skill when we have our training programs. And for those out there, I will tell you what it means, but you have to take the training program first. But she is very delighted getting that D plus.
Yes, I am. It's hard to get it.
Yep, it is. All right, then we'll be addressing the marketing aspect of this industry here. I'm not quite sure what you mean by the marketing aspect of it. Let me see, can I assume what you're saying? I have to use the word assume. We don't go too much in detail about how to market services here, but we share with them that they are marketing or trying to brand their business. Everybody has their own tricks of the trade there. And what might work great for Lanice might not work great for your particular business model. But for some things you could do for not just marketing, I'm going to say focus on being found. Focus on growing a brand for your business. When it comes down to it sometime, and I'm glad you brought this up here also, is not address your target market. Okay, that's what she's referring to by target market. What Miss McHammer is saying right here about target market, I call more like a LiveScan or fingerprint avatar. Lanisa Van May, she went up to target markets where her customers require live scans.
Oh, yes.
For example, it was, I think yours involved the medical industry.
Right.
Well, you have the medical industry, you can have the immigration industry where you go after your customer, go after the customers who have customers.
Right.
It's easy that way. There's versus trying to get individual in the whole city, focus those groups or agencies or organizations whose customers could be your customers.
Right.
Insurance companies, real estate folks, notaries. A lot of notaries now are getting the certification through us also.
Right.
But you have the schools. When
Right.
they graduate in the background check, you have those folks professional licensing like attorneys or those trying to become an immigration consultant. Some of those states require background checks. But focus on immigration right now, 3 hot niches right now. Write these down, folks. This could change tomorrow, but right now, for fingerprint, I don't care if it's ink cards or live scan. Medical folks.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, there's an exit of medical folks who are pretty much burnt out saving lives. They're exhausted. They need to take a quick break because it's hard right now what's going on in the world. We also have a new entry of folks getting their certifications, getting their licenses into the medical field. Find industries out there who will train these folks that require background checks to get their licensing. Security. A lot of folks need their license when they finish getting their security license or the guard car license, need background checks. Those folks in immigration, where they're trying to go to other countries, they need a background check, especially for their visa, or they're trying to get legal status within the United States. They need background check. So these are immigration law firms to focus on too.
Mm-hmm.
Those who do a lot of traveling or work from home, insurance carriers working from home on the call center, but they're working from home. Focus on industries out there who have a whole bunch of telehealth folks working from home, but they need licenses in other states because they're talking to folks in other states. That's being probably following many for in-cars in that case right there. So there are industries out there, guys. We go a lot more in detail when we take the training programs, but those are good industries out there right now to focus on for fingerprinting. Really are. So it's okay to go after the individuals, but Lanice did. One of our folks who worked with us in the past was Lene, but I'm referring to Lanice. We should bring Lene on board one day and give her a hard time. She see this here, she's gonna blame me, but we're gonna get her online one day, have her talk to us also. But what Lanice did, she focused on organizations where their clients could be also her clients and add a value service to them to make it easier to keep their clients in-house versus drifting away, which is very smart. Very good. Very, very good. You're welcome. We appreciate that there. Now, once again, I got one thing to say in closing here. I want to circle back. And I saw this from a YouTube video. I look at a lot of videos and listen to people's sites to get them to learn also. I sometime at night when I'm sleeping, I got these podcasts I listen to playing while I'm sleeping, or I got these Amazon books blasting off in the speaker next to me while I'm asleep, learning different things. And from one of the ladies I was listening to recently, her name is Courtney Sanders. I think you can find online. She has a very good channel. Her name is Courtney Sanders. Mentioned something like this. I'm just going to paraphrase it right here. People believe in pricing, not marketing. So now how hard you might want to market your type of service out there, their mindset is based off of pricing. And then she had an image, a good thing right there also about where she's showing us a video on one of her YouTube channels of a car driving through a nice countryside, how great this car was, blah, 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 blah. But the end for now you can purchase a vehicle here right now for X amount of dollars. You get the low end prices and you also have the higher end prices, but there's different values. It's the same marketing, but the price is different and people believe in the price. If the Bentleys came out day one for $1 for Bentley, no one would buy a Bentley or BMW for $1. But since the price is a little bit more higher than other vehicles, they have a better value, perceived value. It might be better vehicles or just be a mindset of you think it's a better vehicle. Same thing with your services. Same thing when you market out there. Don't just focus on marketing. Focus on your value you bring to your customers. Okay, then? For those out there want to join the next sessions here or to RSVP for the next session to be alerted when we come back up this every Saturday morning, just go to LiveScan.Cafe. And for those who want to speak to us to learn more about the association, to become a member or take some of our training programs, go to LiveScan.chat. That's LiveScan.chat to speak to a member advisor. Free 15-minute call, doing a recording of the session right now. It might change later on, but take advantage of the services we have for those who are interested in learning more about the association and getting started in the fingerprint industry. Lanice,
Yes.
I want to thank you. And those out there, please send her a nice warm welcome to the business out there. Drop her when she has her sites up. Reach out to her and drop a nice comment on her social media site she have out there. Welcome her to the industry there. Really do.
Thank you.
Anything you want to share with them?
I just say, once again, my biggest thing is stepping out on faith. You got it.
Thank you.
You know?
I like that.
And I just had JW in my ear the first 2 days. Third day, I went solo. So,
Good.
And just
Good.
mark it.
Good. I like that. I really do like that. In closing, 4 things, and I'll give a shout again to one of my friends there named Whitney. She shared this with me too. As part of her tagline too: be safe, have fun, get in trouble, but don't get caught. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. And once again, Lanice, thank you. Wait. We'd like to invite you back again later on, like maybe 30 days from now. We'd be open for that.
Yes, I'm open for that. That's fine.
We're going to hold you accountable to 30-day plan too, all right? We're going to hold you accountable. And you mentioned you had some social media sites to get some testimonials. So 30 days from today, how many testimonies would you like to see on your testimonial sites, like your Yelp reviews or your Google business?
Well, I would love to see 100. So therefore, then that's how many customers I had.
Okay, maybe you paid 100 times in the next 30 days. That's not too bad of a nice thing to have. We're going to see what happens in 30 days, though, too. Okay, we're going to see what happens. We're going to see how close you get or exceed it. That's a good thing.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Thank you. Once again, Lenise, thank you, too.
Take care.
Take care, everybody. All right.